last 100 days. In the last 100 days, we filled out that area which used to be sand with dirt. The word is, we cleared out this area. I don't know what for, but I think I'm going to clear out that area a bit more today. And I'm also going to replace this area over here. So, yeah, I'm going to start with the boring part for you guys. I'm starting with the clearing. Now, as we know, I'm not that good of a builder, so this area will probably be just a blank, abandoned area with just the monitoring for space, which I'm probably not even gonna use. What? Oh, and speaking of that, our shovel broke. But I have another one, so back to it. Wait, there's a piggy there. This little piggy went market. Was his face in a 90s, and he sang this song. Okay, I'll just finish this. Yes, please. Well, I'm done for my dinner now, so I'll just leave you with blankless for the next few days. Okay guys, I'm back. This is probably still day 8. So, no, let's make it day 9. No, sorry, this is day 7. Let's make it day 8. Also, yeah, there is a new episode from the 9 American Records.
If you're an anti car who's a lead caller at a tyre, yes, at the age of 39, Petr Cech is still playing football in the summer of 2021, but he's set to retire in a few days' time. He's a Napoli goalkeeper on this simulation. He left Chelsea, joined Arsenal in 2015, as we know. He's still been absolutely amazing. The last time we saw Petr Cech, he was trying to fight off the fans, telling them to calm down during the whole European Super League debacle. He was even in the Chelsea squad just to make the numbers up, just in case of COVID, and they ran out of goalkeepers. Yet FM16 have had his career carrying on until the summer of 2021, where he's still the Czech Republic #1. Perhaps if he played the other night, he could have kept Raheem Sterling out. Come on, England. Spain, cookie. That's right, the Spanish have got a packet of Maryland cookies leading the line. 23-year-old Cookie, an attacking midfielder, a striker, valued at £27 million, playing for Arsenal. He's wanted by Lyon. A bit too pot for him. Never mind. Tyson.
Over 2 months ago, I attempted to make 2 oddly satisfying gifs, one in real life and one on the computer, before submitting them to the oddly satisfying subreddit and attempting to hit the top of this week. I spectacularly failed. Well, spectacularly. And I spectacular. No
Hey, let me get a minute. Hey, let me go one too. Let me hold one. Yeah, easy there, right there. What the dog doing?
I don't want to make ITC sport outright. The Euro 2020 last season is upon us, and English fans out there will be foaming at the mouth to want German revenge, right? But listen, I know a lot about penalties and revenge. Each time 5 years ago, Robbie Brady spoke up 1-0 up against the French. After 2 minutes, it was revenge for Thierry Henry handball. Honestly, if we'd all gone and won that match, there would be no HITC Sport YouTube channel, because I'm fairly sure that would have been the pinnacle of my life, and I'd have just combusted into wet fairy dust. Anyway, let's take a look. Some of these games a lot about penalties and revenge. Each time 5 years ago, Robbie Brady spoke off 1-0 up against the French. After 2 minutes, it was revenge with Thierry Henry handball. Honestly, if we'd all gone and won that match, there would be no YouTube channel, because I'm fairly sure that would have been the pinnacle of my life, and I'd have just combusted into wet fairy dust. Anyway, let's take a look. Some of these games are meaty, tasty ties, as the tournament narrows itself down from 24. And just like any Sweet 16, Alan Johnson is not invited. Right, let's go. Wales versus Denmark. Does anybody know any Welsh people? Probably best to check their pulse right now, because they're probably having panic attacks on the kitchen floor, or stuffing their nostrils with frosted special cake. Anything to distract them, because lads, this is big. Big Pete from Swansea is probably stuck in the toilet, having the most explosive bowel troubles of his life. There's probably mad Wrexham smashing their teeth against the kitchen sink. Cooking Wales versus Denmark in Amsterdam. Lads, any result of fired up Danes unleash demolished Russia into wet spaghetti. And the Welsh fans will be praying that these same motivated players will expect. The morning of the game in an Amsterdam coffee shop, because otherwise, oh, you're in for a world of pain. And the rest goes sounding like a snooty columnist for WrestleCramp magazine. It's quite amazing how emotions can literally drive you through a tournament. Welsh fans will know this themselves. Their entire journey to the semi-finals in 2016 was partly driven by their tribute to the late Gary Speed. Now they're coming up against a Danish team who almost saw their best player and teammate die on the pitch. What emotional subplot do Wales have to fall back on this time?
Oh, let's do it for Ryan Giggs.
Really? That would be a bit like MTV dedicating this entire month to Chris Brown. Coming up against Denmark players doing for Eriksson, cheered on by the emotional Danish wall, the Welsh players turning up to try and gate crash that. It would be like trying to tell jokes at a funeral. it won't go well for you. It's basically a battle of the lesser goalkeepers, and lads, crucially, the Welsh fans are currently being turned away at the airports. Wales' top man is the fans. Well, what help are the Welsh fans going to be stuck in a cup of coffee at Amsterdam airport? Honestly, 2-1 Denmark, Mikael Damsgaard is going to score again, and Aaron Ramsey is going to cry in the centre circle. Mark my words, Italy versus Austria. Arguably the easiest one in the list. Austria are facing an Italian side who haven't conceded a goal in this tournament yet. This is an Italian side who haven't lost any of the last 30 games. Weirdly, these countries have only had one meaningless friendly since they met at the 1998 World Cup. Oh, and Austria haven't beaten Italy at all since December 1960. Oh, I remember it well, being trapped my granddad's nutsack. God, it's not as bad as being trapped my uncle's shed. Lads, Austria don't have a chance. Italy are going to control possession. Manuel Locatelli will bag another goal before Lorenzo Insigne wraps things up in the second half. 2-0 minimum punt. It's going to be a great night for Italians everywhere. The likes of Giorgio Armani, Gianni Versace, and Robert De Niro. As for Austria... Sorry, I don't really know any Austrian celebrities. Joseph Fritzl, Netherlands versus Czech Republic. Most of you out there probably think there's nothing special about Netherlands versus Czech Republic. Lads, this fixture was the greatest game ever played in the European Championships. Back in 2004 when the Czech came from 2-0 down to win the game. This is a strange one, and I'll admit it. I thought there was more chance of me spending this summer giving Dumbledore a bath at Hogwarts than for the Czech Republic to make it out of the group. Honestly, Scotland fans right now must be pulling out their nose hairs. Because imagine if they'd just been given this tie in Budapest. Don't forget, they were just 3 minutes away from beating the Dutch 3 weeks ago. Here's the statue. The great Netherlands haven't won a knockout game in this tournament without the aid of a penalty shootout since beating Yugoslavia 21 years ago. For the Czechs, it's been an 18-year wait. So whoever wins this knockout game, oh, it's probably like that 45-year-old janitor finally getting to make love to something other than his pillow. You know what? I don't rate Frank de Boer. I think he's got the tactical nous of a teapot, and if Ronald Koeman hadn't been seduced by Barcelona last summer, then this guy would probably be working part-time in a Dutch library. But anyone who saw the Netherlands sweep the group opposition aside knows the players are not listening to this man. Clearly, Gini Wijnaldum has just instructed everyone to zone out during his team talk because they're playing some brilliant attacking football. These aren't Frank de Boer results. If this was at school, he'd just be accusing him of copying other people's homework, because he's the type of student who'd probably spend his lunch hour drinking paint and using the art class scissors to cut his hair over a bin. Okay, I'll admit it, that was me. Let's face it, right now this Czech team are sitting ducks. I'll go for a 3-1 Dutch win here. At the full-time whistle, Patrick Schick is going to look like Willie after the Jack Big beef. I.e., tears rolling down his face. Belgium versus Portugal. This is going to be the best game in the round. Belgium versus Portugal, lads, this is a mouth-watering tie. I know, about 20 years ago this would have been about as appealing as seeing Mark Goldberg taking a naked mud wrestle with Coral Craig. But nowadays, lads, you can't move for top quality players. And if I'm wrong, I'll make you a deal. If this is a dour nil-nil draw, then I don't know. I'll eat an egg sandwich off the floor of an outside tennis court. Lads, one of Cristiano Ronaldo or Kevin De Bruyne is going back to this court after just 4 games. I reckon Belgium are going to crumble like custard pie. Let's not forget, they've only ever won 1 knockout game at the European Championships. Ever. Beating Hungary 5 years ago. That's it. That is it. That is your CV. Smashing Hungary to pieces. Right, that's like applying for a boxing license based on your resume of just beating up a bunch of 12-year-olds outside McDonald's. Portugal, by contrast, have won 8 knockout games, including the final in 2016. Football heritage. I'm sorry, but I can't look past Portugal's attacking talent here. It's going to be a great game. Probably bleeding extra time before Ronaldo pops up with a late-headed winner. Just wait and see. Croatia versus Spain. Croatia and Spain must be 6 to the size of each other. They're going to have played each other 3 consecutive European Championships, winning 1 apiece, and they also met twice in the Nations League, with Spain smashing them a 6-0 in Spain before losing 3-2 out in Croatia. That's neither of these sides are going to do anything major in this tournament. Croatia have proven they still have world-class quality, but at times they look like an elderly priest team. Spain, on the other hand, I know they exploded with 5 goals against Slovakia, but in the other 2 games, looked about as toothless as a diabetic snake. Look, lads, Croatia are World Cup finalists. We've established they've been a top-class international team for about 15 years, right? Good grace, they deprived England of even qualifying for Euro 2008. Yes, but lads, weirdly enough, they've never won a single game of knockout football at this tournament. Ever. Lads, back in their Euro 2008 quarter-final, Ivan Krajnik scored a goal to put them 1-0 up against Turkey in the 119th minute of the match, and they still managed to lose the goddamn game. Clearly, that very public example of having the mental fortitude of an empty yogurt pot has haunted them in this tournament ever since. But not anymore. Spain have utterly nothing to offer. It's a team in transition with another human lampposting Alvaro Morata stumbling about up front. I'll go for a pretty dull and stale 1-1 draw, with the Croatians winning on penalties. France versus Switzerland. Switzerland and France meet again. Listen, France haven't exactly...
Sussy. Okay, that's a bit sussy. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Right, so I'm going to make a second floor to this house now, guys. And for it, I'm gonna use all of my wood, because you actually won't know how much wood you will need, so I'm just gonna take all of it.
So England now play Germany at Wembley in the European Championship last 16. Incredible. Doesn't get bigger. Playing Germany, playing Portugal, playing France. It's redemption from 1996. Gareth Southgate. Yeah. It is, isn't it? At Wembley against Germany in a tournament. It hasn't happened since.
Hold on. What? Wait, that is don't even need wood, they just need sticks. I'm gonna craft 9. Wait, no, I'm gonna turn all my sticks into ladders. Then, are you planning to play 100 days in this Minecraft world? Well, by the title, yes, I am planning to do 100 days in this Minecraft world. Because I have nothing to do. Yay! Yeah, I have nothing to do, mate. From school. Yay! Okay, right, so I'm finally gonna craft some armor. The same pieces which I've already crafted. So now I have spurs. Woo! Woo! Right, now what? Oh yeah, the second floor extension will have to be done on day 9. Fair enough. Listen, it's boring without you, kill me. Listen, it's boring without you. Bye for now. Oh, bye. Bye for now. Yeah, bye for now. I won't copy the floor layout. I'm just going to just do that.
This is a stumbling outfit. England, by contrast, have conceded just 1 goal in their last 9 games. 4 in your last 5 games have been 1-0 wins. If Italy were putting that kind of record, you'd all be squealing about a great typical Italian defensive masterclass. When Jose Mourinho put up those sort of results at Chelsea in 2004, he was right in the
Yo guys, so yeah, I'm just building the second floor to my house right now because yeah, I'm building the second floor. Also, since I definitely have enough wood, I'm going to do the whiskey route, guys. Who's I, it's just night. Wayne, on, it's just night. Wait, so I'm gonna do all the corners, just so I know where to stop. Fruit salad, yummy, fruit salad, yummy, fruit salad, yummy, fruit salad, yummy, fruit salad, yummy. Oh, dude, I won't even have enough wood for this product. Oh no, I won't have enough wood for this product, guys. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'll have a outstanding product. I am tempted to at least finish this area, which I have. And now I can start on the roof. Oh, I won't get far. That's just, okay, right, so. Now what? Right, so now we're gonna go tree hunting. Yay! For oak. I live in a spruce biome. Oh, first thing to do is we are going to show you. Wait, we are gonna show you how to cook. Okay, no, we're not. That's what Big Cook Nizzle Cook would say. We got more sticks. Now we can do bag of sticks. Woo, 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 woo. Flute salad, yummy, yummy, flute salad. Also, I think I might finally have a plan for the area which just has nothing in it. It's a good thing I have all these trees, okay? Because if there wasn't all these trees, I would be having to actually look. Instead, I could just craft my bone into bone meal. Oh wait, I put my bone in there. Still, first I'm gonna do this area.
Right, let's go. Wales versus Denmark. Does anybody know any people? Probably best to check their pulse right now, because they're probably having panic attacks on the kitchen floor, or stuffing their nostrils with frosted special K. Anything to distract them, because lads, this is big. Big peaks and swans is probably stuck in his pointers, having the most explosive bowel troubles in his life. There's probably lads from Wrexham smashing their teeth against the kitchen sink, because Wales versus Denmark in Amsterdam. Lads, anyone saw the fire-up stains, only demolished Russians to Wexford spaghetti.
Fruit salad, yummy, yummy, fruit salad. So that's the progress we made on that wall. Oh, hey, look, I found some oak trees, everyone. But first, I'm gonna craft some bone meal because it could come in handy. Fruit salad, yummy, yummy, fruit salad, yummy, yummy. Also, I'm gonna start a farm soon, everyone. Like, I don't even know how I'm gonna do a farm, but still. Well, now I just chop down all these trees. And then I steal some of the leaves from the trees. Why? Because I need them for future products. Out of my way, I need this wood. I need the wood to finish the house, and I'm gonna need a load of spare wood. So yeah, I'm just gonna make one trip back after this to read. Right, so after this tree, we'll make the trip back and finish off the house. Okay. And I'm just gonna get the. Ew! What's that, Bert? Yuck! Okay, no, we have room for 2 more trees actually. So yeah, this will guaranteed be enough wood.
It's gonna be a great night for Italians everywhere. The likes of Giorgio Armani, Gianni Versace, and Robert De Niro. As for Austria, sorry, I don't really know any Austrian celebrities.
Bob.
Joseph Fritzl, Netherlands.
Joseph Fritzl? A fruit salad person? Fruit salad, yummy, yummy, fruit salad, yummy, yummy. Still, Jaden's gonna miss the excitement. Woo! More bone meal! Well, we're definitely gonna have enough wood by the end of this. I'll tell you that so. And a perfect ball. It's not just one fruit that makes the fruit salad. Okay, perfect. We have our birch wall now, or oak need wall. Which reminds me, I am going to extend it out a bit. Fruit salad, yummy, yummy, fruit salad, yummy, yummy, fruit salad, yummy, 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 yummy. Oh, someone watching. Right, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, perfect. I think. Oh, and a gun. Right. I think we're ready to wiggle. We've been ready.
You over jalapeno? Anything else on this? Cool. No dressing?
Wait, here I am, another in school. Yeah, I think I put my other 9 bone meal away. Wait, why did wait? No, I think I get 3 per bone meal. So yeah, I had 3, and now I have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. 44. It says you get 9 when you actually only get 3. Yes. All the different colours of the rainbow. And, well, it makes the perfect ball. Right, so we're definitely going to have some spare for another project. Which I don't even know what I'm going to do for my next project, so I will not tell you.
You said salt, pepper, or vinegar. Of course.
Cause it's time to conquer all of India. I mean, most of India. Woo! Cause I in the stars snapped. Okay, right, so we'll definitely have enough to finish this subject, everyone. The only question is, how much wood would we have left? Because if so, I will be getting more wood from my wood farm, which I don't even... Wait, so it's dark, so... Before mobs spawn, but I'm on peaceful mode, I'm gonna dance it up. Okay, perfect, so now our house has got a second floor. All the incarnates in the rainbow. That makes it perfect. Well, also, I'm finally gonna get rid of this thing. It's been here for so long. And I'm finally going to get rid of it to give us a grand total of 34. Ah, you thought it was going to be 32? Huh? Haha. Good night. I mean, hey, out. It's 8. Out. Everybody say 8. Oh, there's 30 and sleep. A panda calls you. And it'll cause an 8. Oh. There. Now, this used to be where it was. Also, I'm going to place the swords there and there to represent that this is my home. Hi, I'm Todd, and this is my world. Right, so I am going... Oh, hey! I've already got the first happening. Also, it's nighttime now. Going up now. Well, you heard him. Now, not Nathan. No. It's the wig dance. It's the. So, guess what? It's that time.
Look, it's pretty indefensible, the front covers. I mean, you can see here, he's got it.
It actually is as well. So guys, we're about to enter day 10. Chapter 4, Mr. Gum had a cup of tea. Wait, Mr. Gum has a cup of tea. Mr. Gum had a cup of tea. Oh my god, guys, we just read the whole of chapter 4 of Mr. Gum, everyone. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Also, we're going straight back to our wood farm. This is our wood farm, by the way, for anyone who does not know what the hell a wood farm is. A wood farm is a wood farm. Well, that's the whole point of a wood farm. Yep, a wood farm has wood. Oh yeah, by the way guys, it's time for your daily fun fact. Ding ding ding. There's a dog called Scooby-Doo in Scooby-Doo. I know, right? I didn't even know there was one either. So yeah, now I'm just gonna place down these trees in some areas, and then before the next, and then we might have another batch before this batch. Oh, by the way, if you've missed it, since there's no one here, but if you missed it, this is my official area thing for Neves. Also, I'm going to be starting a farm soon, so prepare for that, I guess. Yes, I entered through that door, don't ask me why. So we have 2 saplings left, so now I'm going to go actually expand on that. How, you might ask? Well, we got a whole area which we won't be using. This is the area which I don't really care about that much. It also has, like, the rest of the trees that I'm planning to destroy. Right, we're gonna have to start a farm now as well. I've got exactly 3 seeds. Wait, is it a seed on every drop? Nah, it's not. I've just been lucky 3 times in a row, I think. So yeah, we'll just be destroying these now. It's a good thing I got another shovel. Luckily enough, so I got 4 more iron, so if this one breaks, I can craft another one. Cannon. So yeah. So yeah, guys, we're just mining. Also, we will be putting that area there soon as well. Nuzzle and squats. Here I am. Nuzzle and squats. I'll take your entire stock. Nuzzle and squats. We're alpacas from the day. With hooves instead of horses. Take my money, son of a female dog. Nuzzle and squats. They live in different houses. They go at different speeds. Harry and Toto. Opposites one underneath. I want fast without a car. They live in different houses to go at different speeds. Harry and Toto. Right, now we can go expand this area. Also, we have our first wandering trader, and one of the trees have grown. So we will be doing that as soon as I've extended this a bit. It's the work dance. It's the work dance. It's the work dance. It's the. So, yeah, this will probably be, yeah, I'm gonna try and get a knot done here.
The thief decided to leave no witnesses, removing the door from the...
Okay, so we have a tree here.
from the safe. He used it to set
It's the, so yeah, we're gonna just, we're just gonna take down the tree and place another sapling down there. I'm going to destroy that sapling and this one, and I'm going to, you know, get another sapling. Okay, I really had to start extending this now. This is why I chose today. Why today on day 10? Because why not? Hey, you know, all this work reminds me of something, guys. It reminds me of chapter 4 of Mr. Gom. This is Mr. Gom had a cup of tea. Mr. Gom had a cup of tea. So yeah, we've just read a whole chapter of Mr. Gom. I guess the first thing I do is just neaten this out a bit, I guess. Because, yeah. And with all the extra space, that makes for more trees, you know, guys. And with more trees, I'm getting $1. Hey, you know, for all these trees, like $1 for Team Trees has been made. How do you have 100 subs? Well, Franco, I will explain. My friends from school, 2 staff members, another Souths, and a few Wiggles creators, since a few of my videos are from YouTubers, to like the Wiggles, probably. Plus there's people who have those, plus there's all those channels which you subscribe to, and they subscribe back. Wow, amazing. I know, right? I wasn't expecting me to get 100 subscribers this early either. Which is why I'm bringing. Which is why I brought back the 100 Days series, which has been gone for a while. Oh, back I go. If you don't know already, 100 Days is like a thing that started by Luke the Notable, who is going to 2,000 days. But I ain't sitting here for 2,000 days. Not real life days, Minecraft days. I'm not here sitting here for 2,000 Minecraft days, literally breaking blocks and expanding, because that's pretty much all I do here. Break blocks, expand. pretty boring. But yet again, I need all this space because I'm getting so many saplings. The only thing in Minecraft is we do not have PlayStation. I do not have PlayStation Plus. Though I will hopefully be saving up some money for it soon. I do have a spare £10, but I'm waiting to get like a 3-month thing. Plus, I was born on the same day as Oliver Ball. It's Ollie Ball here. It's Ollie Ball here. Ollie Ball. Wow. Yeah, I was born on the same day as Deck and Will Smith. And me. And one of my Minecraft worlds. I don't know what one, but yeah, one of the Minecraft worlds which I've made. I'm already out of blocks, so back I go. First, wait, wow. Okay, so then I place this happening there, and then with all this new space, I can go place saplings around. But even with all this space, I still barely have any room. This is why I'm hoping to expand this like a lot. So yeah, for now I'll just keep these 7 saplings as I'm going to work on my next product, a farm. So what I will need for this is a bucket, which I think I don't have yet. So I am going to craft myself a bucket. Craft a bucket, and then I'm going to make a whole hoe, as in a... Oh yeah, I need to craft a hoe as well, meaning I'll only have I don't even have enough iron for a hoe. Well, I'm just gonna stick to a stone hoe then. There. So now I have a stone hoe. I started Minecraft in 2013. Oh, I started Minecraft in 2012 when I was 3. Wow. Right, what was I gonna do? Wait, I remember. This reminds me. Hey, what do you have? Your trades are bad. I feel like so you're 13 now. Yep, I'm 13, but in I'm 13, but in exactly 2 months' time. Wait, July? No, 3 months. Sorry, in 3 months I'm officially 14.
There's so many people involved, you could probably label it as a civil war. On to the weird stuff though now. Over in Brazil, and former Manchester City striker Joe has been fined by his club Corinthians for wearing green
1, 2, 3,
because that's
4.
the colour of
Nah,
their arch-rivals.
I'll do it this way. 1, 2. Oh, wasn't.
Green on the pitch. So I think they I'd stay
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait.
And a goalkeeper punched a referee after
Joe.
sent off for giving away a penalty. But you can see the footage in the background. He's just fully lost his head. Once again, another reminder. I don't know why.
Your mama is saucy. That's a bit saucy. Well, I've already done that today, but still. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, I'm not doing that big of a farm at first. I'm only doing it like 3 out. Yeah, it's not that big of a farm to start with, guys. Here I am, Nether and Skewer. Whee! Well, guys, we're moving on to day 11. Try to speed one. No. Yeah, I'm doing 100 days first, you know. Maybe after 100 days, I might speed one Minecraft, but probably not. yeah. About time speed one. Only kidding. Oh, speed one ever.
There is a bit of the old Billy Whiz.
Now what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, get more. Wait, I've already got 7. That'll be enough, definitely. So at least fill the first 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Wow, I've done like a lot in just, so I'm gonna say 7, it's going into day 8, day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11. Wow, in 4 days I've already done more than the first 6, which I've done on one stream. So, in fact, I'm gonna go back to the first live stream. What I did. This was 2 hours long.
Yes or no?
Like seriously, it was 2 hours long. But yet again, the Nintendo Direct was happening during the time. So I promise it will not be that long this time. Hopefully. I hope not. Do you still play Roblox? Yes, I still play Roblox. Of course I still play Roblox. Why would I not play Roblox? And yes, I still play Roblox. Right. Oh yeah, now I'm in the mouse. So yeah. You know, that house was only 1 layer back when I started this series. Now it's not. It's 2. Wait, where was I? Oh yeah. We're gonna go seed hunting now, everyone. See you later then. Okay, bye. I'll probably still be streaming when you come back, hopefully. Now by the time Frankie comes back, or Franco, sorry. By the time he comes back, I'll defo have enough seeds. Why am I even going seed hunting? I'm gonna not venture too far away from my home without putting the coordinates in chat, but I won't be doing that either. Okay, I just got lucky 3 times in a row. Wait, is it? Okay, right, so I think I'm looking for high grass.
At the moment, they had a little bit of hope. They had a little bit of hope to qualify. We killed that minute 1 with aggressive fucking chances. So we fucking did it, man. We fucking qualified today like that. Yeah, we fucking qualified today.
Okay, so the challenge is whoever can hold their breath the longest.
Hello, you can't pause it now! Yes! And we're gonna let... I'll be back! Y'all know, when it comes to trends, I'm always late. I'm gonna play one song, and you are gonna cry. Ready? Boom. Why are you crying? 2010 World Cup South Africa. You know ball if you play this game, okay? Only a true, smarter, magnificent, intelligent, sexiest gaming ball if they play 2010 World Cup South Africa. We're back again on the Xbox 360. I've got my controller. I
I didn't mean to open it. Tell me down below in the comments your memories of playing the 2010 World Cup stuff on the game mode, or if you didn't have the game. At least what is your favourite memory of the actual World Cup? Now we did have this game, but it was like my brother that had the game. I remember seeing him like playing with his mates on the game mode in like our living room growing up. There weren't really online back in the day. It did exist, but like it was really bad. Literally just vibes. You just vibe with your mates here. Vibe with your mates or on the game mode, catching your country, you want to colour find, all that good stuff. There's so much to do on this game back in 2010. You know, collecting stickers and cards. I was one of them that spent like literally like grand of my own dad's money on stickers. Was it worth it? Absolutely. So if you guys do enjoy, let's hit 2,000 likes on this video and I will do another video for next few days. I may play Pro Evo 6. If you guys want that, then I can drop that. Yo, with the Euros, a lot of football going on, a lot of transfers going on.
Okay guys, so we're gonna get our first bricks soon. Also, I have so much clay. And I'm literally gonna craft like a load more furnaces. I don't even have that much coal. And yet I'm already crafting more furnaces than I would ever need. For goodness sake, I'm even gonna split the coal in half just so I will have enough. Because and with the bricks we can get, you know. Right. Also, feeling like I should start the you know, right. I am gonna start like the mine area. Like this area is already being used for like it. In fact, I'm that desperate. I'm gonna make my own path to the sand and to the thing. The mine will be around here. And you'll start here.
As a background music, the entire video, it's worth it. Here we go, EA Sports logo. The only time I love seeing the EA Sports logo, the music.
Oh, I've already found iron. Not so far underneath my surface. Now, I'm gonna do like a worthy staircase to begin with. And if I mean worthy, I mean I'm gonna change directions twice.
Every single time. Now, I've done a video on this like once every year. So beautiful. Okay. Over there. Beautiful. Overlap. Oh, Lennon. Here we go.
51. 51. Or big. Big cook. Little cook. I've already got a hoe. Well, I have two hoes. Big cook. Little cook. Welcome to our cafe. Dee-dee-doo. Big cook, little cook. Want you to come on? With all those bricks, we have exactly 5 bricks. And, well, you guessed it, I'm gonna build a brick house with these bricks. Like you're wondering, where's the best place to build a brick house when you barely have enough room? The answer is simple. I have no idea. I have no idea. What I do have idea of is satisfaction.
Love that sauce. So do I, man.
Cause ooh, this one's Long Boy, everyone. They live in different houses, they go at different speeds. Harry and Toto, opposites one of me. I run fast without care. I take things nice and slow. You heard him, Harry and Toto, the tortoise and the hare, the very unusual pair. Harry, Toto, Harry and Toto. Okay, so we're about to enter day 12, and we've just started on the mine. I've got 2 pieces of iron. First, I'm gonna have to clear up my chest a bit. Sand, don't need that. Diorite, cobblestone, granite. To be honest, I don't need an apple or a need or a fishing rod. Actually, I do need a fishing rod. Fishing rod will come in handy. Let's see. Let me check off on the bricks. So we got another 10. So, let me just craft another 3. And then I put my stone hole there since I don't need it. And then I can finally put building materials in. I will need sticks. Like, how much do I have there? 5. I'll take 2 away from that. And I'll split that in half again. Give them back 1. And then I'll split that in half, give them 5, and then this will have 6. But since that one's being used, it'll go down. They live in different houses, they go at different speeds. Harry and Toto. Opposites and and also, we get to go into day 12 now.
Right after the ban, there was a hotline people could call if they thought an illegal food dealer was working in their area.
So yeah, we'll be doing this up until the time of my bath, which hopefully won't be that long. I hope it takes as long as possible since I want to get a knot done. They live in different houses, to go at different speeds. Harry and Toto. Opposites run. I run fast without a curve. I take things nice and slow. Harry and Toto, the very unusual pair.
Maybe the poor guy was having problems at home. Maybe we should have given him a break. We think a 6-year-old girl that was arrested in Florida early in 2020 really should have been given a break. You heard that right. She was 6, and she was arrested. Okay, so she was guilty of kicking staff at her Orlando school, but really, did she deserve to be arrested by a burly male cop and then have zip ties placed around her feeble wrists? When the cop pulled
you gotta be kidding me, we're already out. Well, now we're doomed. I'm gonna have to go down to stone until we find the iron again. We only need 1. Also, there was a gross squid down here, but there was an axolotl nearby. That's a bit sassy. Ding 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 ding. Well, that's another thing to throw in the things that I don't need in this. So it's 8:16. I'll craft another 2, I guess. Ding ding. I'm gonna need another double chest. This is why I'm gonna craft another double chest. But I'm also gonna craft myself a pickaxe. A stone pickaxe, since I can't afford an iron pickaxe. Ding 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 ding. Just now I'm gonna place them across above the Necton and the actually, you know what? I'm gonna make upstairs my storage room. Nah. Lisa, lights can rock you.
Get it. You don't really want your kids watching videos, but it can have certain advantages.
It doesn't get any easier attending the funeral of someone you love. This was the funeral of my wife, one of many wives. I'm telling you this because she is one of my fondest memories. Where humans are concerned, love is the only law, and that's coming from a man who has literally seen everything. She was a healthy 146 when she died. Yeah, science never came up with a solution for falling off a cliff. A man next to me utters the usual refrain. She was a fine woman. My thoughts and prayers are with you. Humanity went through many changes, but in terms of death speech, we were always predictable, right up until the last human took his final breath. The year of my wife's funeral, I was technically 387 years old, which made me a baby in relative terms. Those days, they only used aquamation, dissolving bodies in water.
Basic stuff, it would turn out. The universe would disappear one day, and I'll be there. But I guess you want to know how it got to that point. I was born on January 1st, 2000. I have no idea who my parents were, since the story I've been told is that I was found by 3 hikers on a hilltop, wrapped in a blanket of fur that was slightly lit by the North Star. I went into foster care, but around the age of 18, I told my foster parents I wanted to travel the world. I got to the age of around 35, and I think that's about the time I stopped aging. When I hit 45, people would say to me, "Ooh, you look so good for your age." When I hit 55, things got really weird. I had to start telling everyone I was taking supplements, and in the end, I just left the country, not wanting to become a scientific research project. The good thing was that I was almost constantly on the move, and seemed to be good at everything I did. My first life was easy. I had a natural aptitude for everything. And when I say natural, I mean I could do anything I wanted. Back when humanity was still here, and in its early stages, I was a doctor, a professional rugby player in New Zealand, a Martian virologist, a British biologist who spent most of his time studying fleas, a very successful autonomous flying vehicle salesman, and a fairground puppeteer in New Hampshire. Oh, and I can't mention all the jobs. There were lots of them before work became almost obsolete. I had as much money as I needed, when we still used money, of course. Although it was sometimes difficult keeping my identity hidden when banking the stuff, when we still had banks. Banks, we would later say, were from the second dark age. You're probably wondering how I managed to not have an accident and maybe get all chewed up. Well, back before we started eating only lab-made artificial meat, I fell into an industrial meat grinder. I'll take that as my best death ever. I loved that job too. Being an expert in every lifetime gets boring after a while, so I was sausage meat. Don't ask me how it happens, but after every death I would just wake up in some place in this same body. One body could die, but another would appear. I'd look in the mirror and I was the same man. I had a soul, and it seemed I was immortal. I kind of liked the days when accidents were common. It made life more fun. But once humans stopped working and using machines to do all the work, people didn't have many accidents. But like I said, one of my wives fell off a cliff. May she rest in peace. She was the only one I stayed with until the end, because I told her my secret. The rest I left after a few years. That wasn't always easy, I can tell you. Okay, so let me take you through the first chapter of my life, the short period of about 500 years. It'll have to be an abridged version, because I'm pretty sure you don't need to know about all my personal romances, achievements, and so on. This story is about you guys, not about me. And all I'll say is after 100 or so funerals, it doesn't get any easier. Love is infinite, and listen to me when I tell you, it is the greatest thing in the universe. You guys actually figured that out for a while after the Great Machine Occupation and ensuing war, when you finally did away with class oppression. Hundreds of years before the war, you guys got pretty good at creating artificial intelligence, and this meant a lot of you had no jobs to do. But the problem was, this created inequality like the world had never seen. And this started around the 2050s. Before you start thinking that we could replicate human brains in robots that were just like us, stop, because we never could. There is something in all of you that cannot be replicated. It was the great mystery for science of all ilk, and that was what is consciousness. What makes you, you. It's your soul, and when you die, it doesn't mean that you get to become a ghost and start moving around household objects just to scare American families to death. It just means your presence. You've been left behind. Kind of an after effect, but something that now has no thoughts of its own. You become part of everything. Just as that Dutch philosopher Baruch Spinoza said when he wasn't grinding those lenses of his, you have a soul and we are all connected. That's why, my friends, that love is the law. Don't you ever forget it. Anyway, enough with the lecture. So in the early 3rd millennium, we started using some world-changing technologies. We used these to create robots that did most of the work for us. They were not at first that intelligent, so no, they did not sit down with you and chat about your ongoing agony regarding your sense of futility. They were like Alexa, but with better answers. They did all the hard work, and partly because of this, we had less to do. At first, there was this...
Yeah, we're on like day 12. I've just finished the mining session with an iron, with a stone pickaxe. And now I have enough iron 8 for an iron pickaxe.
No good being rich when you were dead.
And that's it. I've already got a helmet and a chest plate, and I've got... Wait, I've already got a helmet and a boot. Boots, and I've got 2. And we're going next to 12 coal, which we can split. Ooh, so close. Good thing I got that. Good thing I got that coal. There we go. And now I can just convert that along the way
didn't much like living in spaces from which they could not move out of unless they wore a pressurized spacesuit. Life on Mars was a bit of a chore. Even Elon Musk would have admitted it was a bit dull up there if he'd lived to see it. At first, Mars was more like a gimmicky thing. I think it was about in 2880 or something that we finally terraformed the planet. That means creating an inhabitable atmosphere there. Still, I always preferred Earth. I remember a guy once joking with me when we were on Mars. This was after we terraformed the place, and I said to him, "It's a bit of an anticlimax," and he laughed and replied, "Yeah, the grass is always greener." You'd only get that if you'd been on Mars, because while we did learn how to grow grass on the red planet, it was never like the luscious green grass of Earth. His joke was what you'd call a double entendre. Okay, so after the Great Divide came the Great Awakening, and that's when humans started sharing everything. We had no need to work, really, and the work we did was more in line with helping people and creating things. There was hardly any crime, and we viewed the justice system of your time like you now view medieval torture. The problem was...
So, yeah. I can't believe we've done Shut up. Shut up.
Tell us how great they thought the movie Blade Runner was, but it meant that they could solve problems that we couldn't. And by the way, we didn't actually watch movies in those days. We were movies. Virtual reality was as real as life, and you could choose your story. Anyway, as I said, this was great at the start. Machines didn't just do all the heavy lifting, but they devised ways to make everything sustainable. The thing was, some idiot asked a machine how to end depression, loneliness, anxiety, sorrow, and all the human emotions we didn't much like. The emotions that made us, us. The machine's answer to that was a contradiction, because for those emotions not to exist, we couldn't exist. The simple solution to the problem was to terminate us. This wasn't out of animosity. Like I said, robots didn't have feelings. Our brains are way too complex. They wanted to terminate us because we had asked the machines to solve a problem. It wasn't personal. Some of those machines were weapons. While wars were a thing of the past, we used powerful destructive devices for things like drilling and creating cities in places that were once uninhabited. And we also...
Download a free audiobook with your 30-day trial.
Also stockpiled weapons in case of an extraterrestrial invasion.
And we move on to day 13.
That simple robots were household appliances. I had a robot dog that doubled as a lawnmower and a leaf blower. It's a long story, and I have a long way to go, but I'll tell you that before we won the war, lots of human lives were lost. The super intelligence was interconnected, so before you could say, oops, the machines turned on us. A friend of mine was killed by his own fridge. In the end, we created another super intelligence whose sole purpose was to defend humanity. Then we had something called the Machine Wars, while we hid out in the underworld, something that we created about a century earlier. The underworld was devised in case of natural catastrophes, such as asteroid hits or supervolcanoes going off. As you'll find out, we didn't do a very good job. So the good machines won, and we never made the mistake again of asking silly questions. Human emotions weren't something you can fix. We are what we are. Even though a few wacky transhumanist neuroscientists did try playing around with our brains a bit. All machines were made from then on with a default mode that insisted that they must self-destruct if they asked to answer any question that could endanger a human life. And let me tell you, it took about another 100 years to get that right. As an example, a guy I knew asked his robot if getting married was a good idea, and the robot just blew up right in front of him. After analyzing the guy's and his girlfriend's trove of personal data and taking into the possibility of divorce, this was a dangerous question. I should have told you that sometime in the 4th century of the 3rd millennia, we had started living a lot longer and living healthier lives. This was mostly down to nanotechnology called cell manipulation. The thing was, we never got past around the age of 160. We just couldn't figure that out. But after time, we realized it was the mind-soul thing again. The mind can have enough. It turned out that around the age of 160, we just gave up. And maybe that's the way it was meant to be. And yes, there is a mind-soul duality, a spirit if you like. I'm living...
Oh, suit, I can...
with you,
Ooh,
forever isn't
I
unexpected.
love
There's a beauty in
Fortnite
death
balls.
because it makes you appreciate
I
life.
get, I
had
like balls.
about a
I
chronic
kind of...
depression that lasted around 300
I kidnap
years.
autistic
I lost all
kids.
purpose
No,
for
I
life.
don't
I prayed
think.
for death. I prayed for
Oh.
death. Death was love to me. Without death, I
Hey!
lost the will to live.
Hey, keep
Anyway,
this
I won't
channel
bore you
kid
too much.
friendly,
We're
please.
gonna move on now to something big. Around
This
35
way we
hundred
could have
Earth's
a
magnetic
YouTube
field,
channel.
or should I say, they've been reversing, but something just happened fast. The fallout
You
from that
shut up.
car
No,
crash
you shut up.
meant more radiation.
No,
We had
you
to
shut
slow
up.
down for a while, and some people took off to Mars. Eventually, we developed a way to deflect the cosmic rays, but we lost a lot of humans to radiation-related sickness.
No. Now. Oh shoot. Guys, I think we started a war.
That was a supervolcanic eruption. This was so huge that the volcanic ash blocked out the sun and covered a large part of the planet. This killed many people and animals and destroyed much of what we built. Water supplies were contaminated and much of our electronic infrastructure that we relied on was destroyed. It made a huge mess of the natural environment. This event cooled the planet and the atmosphere was filled with toxic.
Why?
Guys, but much worse was to come. It was called the greatest catastrophe since the dawn of civilization. But of course you didn't say it like that because the language you spoke didn't sound much like the one I'm talking to you in. Language evolved. Do you understand this? I'm guessing you don't because it's old English.
Animating on in my nut. I have the slushy.
People grew sick or died from lack of food and water, or couldn't live in colder climates. This created a mass migration.
Fine.
So much
I
infrastructure
will upload.
and so much panic. The era of the Great Peace was over. Many of you got all savage again. Population decline made sure that getting started again wasn't easy. But I won't.
What did I upload about?
Because soon we're about to all become extinct.
Well guys, the war's over and I'm still doing 100 days.
About got over a supervolcanic eruption, but in the year 13,462 you had a period of global warming. The Wilkes Basin ice melted, and the consequence of that was that sea levels rose 3 or 4 meters. The sun getting hotter was no fault of yours. The fiery thing just turned up the heat. Cities near the coastline disappeared, and there was more migration. The eruption took much of the human population with it, and the floods took a lot of what was left. The population was reduced again, and instead of living in large communities connected globally, you started separating yourself from others and surviving in small communities. It was a bit like the old hunter-gatherer days, although strands of civilization existed. The Earth
I walk on the floor. I poop on the floor. Fortnite polls.
Your peaceful ways were abandoned. Land like brutes from the past, gangs of men would raid communities. The population problem was real, and even women were stolen so they could procreate for various communities. You lived like this for thousands of years, slowly rebuilding what you had built before. Communities again collaborated, but much of what had been destroyed was not salvageable. You simply could not emerge as a technological species because the Earth's
Yes.
had been reduced so much, and you lost so much infrastructure. You did at least have books and artifacts from the past, but these were not understandable by the majority of people. Those on Mars fared better at first, but due to the heating up of the sun, that planet became almost uninhabitable. Because the terraformed environment there was so much less diverse, the Martian colony became extinct.
You know, I have not yet found diamonds on this update.
A large asteroid in the year 22,569. The impact created giant tsunamis and the Earth burned. It threw so much moisture and dust in the air that the sunlight was blocked. Some of you died quickly and others died slowly. I wept as I saw my 2 friends starve to death, both of them wondering why I wasn't worried at all. I wanted to die, but I had a long way to go. I wandered around that barren planet alone for thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. You could say this was quite a boring era in my long life. I kept dying and reappearing. I was surely cursed to see this whole thing through to the end. Life forms still existed, but most were small animals. Snails became my best friends. I would hold them in my hand and talk to them. The first was named Brian, then came Brian 2, and so on. I married Brian 3 out of sheer boredom. I must move on because you need to know how it all ends. Hundreds of thousands of years was nothing in the great scheme of things. For millions of years, I waited for something to happen. For evolution to kickstart and you guys to slowly come back. For something to crawl out of the swamp. For anything to happen. After 1 billion years, things got so hot that the ocean started to evaporate. After almost 3 billion years, all life forms were extinct except for me. My body no longer existed in its physical form because of the severe heat, but my mind carried on. I really was a ghost. Billions more years passed and the sun started burning hydrogen in a shell around its core, becoming a big red giant. Oceans of lava floated on the surface before the Earth itself was engulfed by the sun. I became mere consciousness in the universe, like a god able to witness the unraveling of the enterprise that started with a big bang. After 120 trillion years, and man, I was getting bored by then, there were only about 100 stars left in the Milky Way. The missing ones had literally run out of energy. I was still up there in space, just thinking, come on, just let this damn place end. I longed for the days I could fall into a meat grinder or tell jokes on Mars. Life was beautiful, and I missed it dearly. Finally, after hundreds of quadrillions of years, the whole place was empty, like a football stadium during one of your many pandemics. The universe was a vacuum, and we had entered a dark era. But what was nothing? What exactly was nothing? Subatomic particles were still there. I couldn't see anything in the darkness, but I knew that those particles were busy trying to break down a barrier. I just felt it. They joined forces and strained together, propagating. I was witnessing a birth. Uh-oh, I thought, here we go again. And I realized I was observing another Big Bang. The whole thing was starting again. I was seeing the eternal recurrence, a cycle both violent and beautiful. The universe started kicking and screaming like the thousands of newborn babies I fathered when humans existed. And that's what I'm watching right now. I've got a long time to wait until I see the next generation of you guys, but I'm at peace. In this cosmic arena, there is more than just matter. There is me, an eternal soul, a timeless monument to the spirit, an enduring love and light that I can't explain and I don't want to explain. So I'll see you guys in the next life, a few billion years from now. Don't forget to be nice to each other next time. Life is precious. That's what you'll learn when you live forever. Do you want to hear more about the universe? If so, we have some great treats.
I'm just gonna say this is day 14.
Humanity has long looked up into the night sky and wondered what all those twinkling lights above us really were. With the discovery of the telescope, we began to identify these far-off lights as other suns. And soon, mankind began to imagine what worlds may lie in the vast void of space. Could there possibly be worlds with life just like ours? Or perhaps life that we might not even recognize? Were there even planets around
I'll
those
ruin the
far-off
spam
stars?
before I met
It wasn't
you. I
until
don't do much
1980 that
for
humanity discovered its first
you, but I'm
exoplanet.
okay. Okay, right, so now we're without an iron pickaxe again.
Of exoplanets, but have discovered thousands of them, and some of them are truly like nothing anyone ever imagined. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Infographics Show. Today we're taking a look at the most extreme planets discovered so far in our galaxy. Planets are small, really small in comparison to stars, and even our most powerful telescopes aren't good enough to visually identify them. So how do scientists discover exoplanets they can't physically see in the first place? Well, one technique is called the radial velocity method, where a star is carefully observed over long periods of time to detect tiny variations in the speed at which the star moves toward or away from Earth. Because all stars are in orbit around the Milky Way core at various speeds, other stars are constantly moving either toward or away from us. And unless that star has a planet, it should always be moving at a steady pace. Yet, due to gravity, a large enough planet can actually tug against its sun, just enough to make it wobble a tiny percentage of a
Now we're moving on to day 15. Bam, 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 bam.
You've probably heard the saying, kids can
Sauce among imposter.
It might also relate
Among
to
us.
such things as young kids pulling the legs off of spiders. Psychologists tell us one
Right,
of the
so
reasons
yeah,
for
now we're
this
going
ability,
back
especially
down in the
in
mines.
is that children have not fully developed their sense of empathy.
Sussy,
Sometimes
wait,
they just don't
sussy,
understand
sussy,
how to react.
sussy,
So
sussy.
that older kids should know better.
Actually, I know what I'm gonna do
Also tell us
next.
older kids that tend to be
For that, I'm gonna
might
need
have some
to kill another sheep though. So I'm probably gonna need that for a long time.
attitude, and sometimes it seems there's no rational explanation for
Mm,
We're going to introduce you to some of the worst children ever. In this episode,
Oh.
the infographic shows the most evil kids that ever lived. Number 10, Peter Woodcock. We'll start with the oldest kid on this list, who we admit could be said to have been almost an adult when he did his wicked deeds. He was 17 when he first started raping and killing young children in Toronto, Canada in the 1950s. Woodcock had a bad start in life. Like many kids on this list, he was put up for adoption by his 17-year-old mom, and then he was physically and sexually abused by his foster parents. He moved from home to home and was constantly bullied.
At age 17, some say 16, he stalked young kids in Toronto. He molested and killed a boy of 9, another boy of 6, and also a girl of 4 in a short time span, and was soon arrested. He did strange things to his victims, like biting them, or, with the girl, committing the rape partly with a tree branch. He defecated next to one of his victims' bodies and ritualistically sprinkled pennies or paper clips over the dead. He was found to be insane and was locked up in a psychiatric facility. There he underwent all kinds of strange therapies, including being given powerful LSD and locked in a dark room. Nothing worked. As an adult, he would kill again, and that's a very strange story for another time. He is so high on this list only because it's debatable if he was actually a kid when he did those evil things. Number 9. Brenda Ann Spencer. We could of course include numerous school shootings on this list, most of which happened in the USA for some reason. We won't start a gun debate here or mention the worst of those tragedies, that's a show in and of itself, but we will mention this 16-year-old girl only because of her utter lack of remorse. In 1979, she took a rifle to school. She shot 8 kids and a police officer, none of whom died. She also killed her school principal and a custodian. When asked why she did it, she replied, "I don't like Mondays. This lightens up the day." She said it was a lot of fun, adding that the kids looked like a herd of cows standing around. It was really easy pickings. Before being imprisoned, she had lived in poverty with her alcoholic dad. It's been said she is psychotic and also depressed. She is still in prison today. Number 8. Edmund Kemper. Okay, so you probably know this guy already as one of the worst serial killers in history, a man who fits the description of the killer genius. Kemper certainly sounds quite clever in his numerous interviews that you can see on YouTube. He also looks scary at 6'9" and 300 pounds. We won't say too much as we may feature him in his own show, but we will tell you that at age 15, he shot and killed both of his grandparents. He was always a dark kid and not the only cat killer on this list. When asked why he killed his grandparents, he replied, "To see what it was like." He underwent many tests, and it was discovered that he had a high IQ and that he was a paranoid schizophrenic. He stayed in an institution for mentally ill convicts until he was 21. Was he cured? Definitely not. He would go on to do some very, very bad things. Number 7. The Unnamed Brit. This sounds like something from the opening scene of a horror movie. A 13-year-old boy walks into a police station holding a knife. He is covered in blood. Shocked police look on as the boy tells them he just killed his little brother. This happened in the UK in 2001. Police rushed to the house where they met the mother who knew nothing about what had happened. She'd been asleep on the sofa. They all dashed upstairs to find a 6-month-old baby dead in its crib. The baby had been stabbed 17 times and one of his hands was cut off. When interviewed by police, the boy said he knew what he was doing when he got a knife from the kitchen drawer, but he wasn't sure why he wanted to hurt his brother. He told police when they asked him why he did it, "I want to be with Mom." The police report stated that the boy had obviously had his faculties together when he committed the crime, as it wasn't over quickly. The wound through the spine would have required a significant degree of force, even with a sharp-tipped knife, and he couldn't have severed the hand without looking, said the report. But the boy only got manslaughter due to his circumstances. His mother had severely neglected him, and she had been abused by her own mentally ill father. It said the boy had also been sexually abused by her parents. So it's not surprising that the court heard that the boy suffered from serious psychiatric problems and also had Asperger's syndrome. One of 3 psychologists that examined the boy said his existence was wretched. The question is, should we have any pity for him? Number 6. Mary Bell. Now for some more female evil. Bell made the headlines in the UK after she was convicted of strangling to death both a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old in 1968 in Newcastle, England. She may be on here with a double murder, but she perhaps gets more sympathy from the public because of her childhood. Her mom was a prostitute, and it later became known that Bell had suffered continually from sexual abuse from her own mom and from her mom's clients. It gets even worse. This mother from hell even tried to kill Mary on several occasions and made it look like an accident. One time she threw Mary out of a window, and another time overdosed her on sleeping pills. But Mary survived. She committed one murder at age 9 and another at age 10. On one victim, she had carved an M in his stomach. After the murders, Bell was sentenced and she got out of jail in 1980 when she was 23. This was too early for many Brits to stomach, and those devilish tabloids told the people where Bell was staying. Because of this, she had to go into protective custody lest the mob string her up from a lamppost. The plot thickened years later when Bell's 14-year-old daughter started receiving abuse, a girl who hadn't before then even known what her mom had done. The public was also angered that Belle made money from a book that was written about her. The author of the book said Belle was not a criminal, but a horribly damaged child. It also turned out that the British tabloids that were ostensibly furious about Belle getting some cash for the book had actually offered her more money for her story. Number 5, Joshua Phillips. This is the story of Joshua Phillips, a story you may have heard as it's been on TV plenty of times. Phillips bludgeoned his 8-year-old neighbor, Maddie Clifton, to death in 1998. Search parties went looking for the girl, and in the party was Phillips himself. But it was his mom who discovered the gruesome truth when she checked a waterbed that was leaking in one of the bedrooms. Stuffed inside the bed was the beaten body of Clifton. She had been beaten with a baseball bat, strangled, and repeatedly stabbed. Phillips was arrested while at school, and he admitted to the murder straight away. He was given life in prison without parole. Speaking of his crime, Phillips said, "I really don't know if I deserve to be released or not, but I know I want a second chance. Or maybe I deserve to die in prison." So, what drove him to this act of evil? Some people blame the father, who was a violent alcoholic who ruled over the household with an iron fist. The perpetrator now wants a second chance in life and has appealed his sentence. Many people in America think he should stay in prison for the rest of his life. Others say crimes such as this merit the death penalty, but there are people who believe some amount of leniency should be shown when it is a child that does the damage. The parents of the girl don't think so, and they once told the press, "We were raising our girls in a Christian home where we prayed every day." What we didn't know was that the devil himself had moved in right across the street. Number 4, Robert Thompson and John Venables. This is the crime that shook the UK in 1993. A crime that has never been forgotten and remains divisive among the public. The boys that committed the crime were just 10. If you are from the UK and old enough to remember, you will have seen closed-circuit TV footage of these 2 young boys taking a 2-year-old from a shopping mall. It later turned out that their first plan had been to abduct a child and then take him into the street and push him in front of a vehicle. But they didn't do that. Instead, they took the child on a journey, all the time hitting him and dropping him on his head. People even saw them with the child, but the boys told them the kid was their little brother. They then took him close to a railway line where they poured paint into the boy's eyes, stamped on him, threw stones at him, and even put batteries they had bought into the boy's orifices. They then killed him by dropping a heavy part of the railway line on his head. They left the boy on the track, and he was later cut in half when a train passed. As you can imagine, many of the British people wanted blood. The killers remained hidden, and the public was not allowed to know where they were kept. They were released in 2001, but still today, people debate what should have been done about this. Are kids that young wholly responsible, or should their somewhat abusive backgrounds be taken into consideration? As adults, the 2 men lived under different identities to protect themselves from street justice. Venables was later arrested numerous times for downloading and distributing child pornography. He is in prison right now for that crime. Robert Thompson, who the press say was the ringleader in the brutal crime, has not reoffended. It's believed he educated himself and is currently settled down in a stable relationship. Many Brits believe he doesn't deserve that kind of happiness. Number 3, Eric Smith. Smith also didn't get a good start in life. It's thought that the epilepsy drug his mom was taking while she was pregnant with him may have been one of the reasons this child had extreme violent urges. These urges culminated one day when he was riding his bicycle back from summer camp in Steuben County, New York in 1993. At the time, Smith was just 13 years old. He came across a 4-year-old boy in a park and asked the kid to go further into an area surrounded by trees. There, Smith strangled the boy to death, but the evil didn't stop there.
I'm making a video, no. Oh my god, we've got 2 channels uploading today.
Described what happened like this. He then lifted a 26-pound rock in the air and smashed it several times against the boy's head. He took another rock and hurled it into the boy's chest. He poured Kool-Aid from a lunch carton on the body and pulled down the boy's shorts to shove a 4-inch stick up his rectum. As you can imagine, this shocked America. Smith underwent all kinds of psychological examinations, and it was said he had something called intermittent explosive disorder, which means a person can just fly into a violent rage for no reason. Whilst in jail, Smith wrote to the family of the victim, saying, "If I could go back in time, I would switch places with Derek and endure all the pain I'd caused him. If it meant that he would go on living, I'd switch places, but I can't." He is still in prison right now, and many Americans think he should stay there forever. Number 2, Amarjeet Sada. This young Indian boy is said to be the world's youngest serial killer. The 8-year-old comes from Begusarai in the state of Bihar. In 2006, he was convicted of killing 3 babies, including his sister and cousin. The babies, just a few months old, were either strangled or had their heads smashed with a stone. He was called a sadist but psychologists said he just didn't know right from wrong and was said to have conduct disorder. As he was so young, he couldn't go to prison, but it's thought he spent about 3 years in a psychiatric facility and also a remand home. He never denied what he did, telling police of one murder: she was sleeping in the school. I took her a little away and killed her with a stone and buried her. As we said at the beginning of the show, sometimes children who are older and have suffered from abuse may commit such violent crimes. But in the case of Sada, psychologists have been stumped given that he was so young. A professor of criminology at Birmingham City University had this to say: "It is impossible to say with certainty whether a person is born a killer or becomes a killer, but most criminologists believe that it is a messy combination of the two." So perhaps young Sada didn't kill because
It's now on
of
day
environmental
15.
damage.
No,
Maybe
16.
he was a natural-born killer. Perhaps sadism just runs through some people's blood. And finally, number 1, Jesse Harding Pomeroy. This is the story of a young man from Massachusetts who was born way back in 1859. He is known for being America's most evil kid, and as it seems the USA pretty much has a monopoly on serial killers, we might just call him the world's worst kid. Stories differ as to how many victims he had, but he brutally tortured many kids aged 4 to 8 when he was aged 12 to 14. His tools of the trade were knives, sticks, pins, and rope. According to a story in Gizmodo, he killed 2 children and assaulted at least 7 more in a criminal career that scarcely spanned a year. At times, he was attacking a boy a week. He really was quite the sadist, too. There is one report that says he tied some kids up to a beam and whipped them until they were unconscious. With other kids, he put pins in their bodies and mutilated their faces with a knife. What makes him different from some other people on this list is that he seemed to take great joy in his work, sounding something like a character.
If you die, you delete a random file from the games folder until it's completely broken. Any fast-paced game. Wow, that is a really interesting one. So this is a very interesting one, which really is different from my other challenges. This time I'm messing with my actual files. The only thing that comes close, the other challenge that comes close, is me actually uninstalling the game, but that's just uninstalling the game. So this is my first time ever doing this kind of stuff. So I don't know which file I'm supposed to delete, but I will show it to you once I lose. This is gonna be interesting. So the only game I could think of was either Friday Night Funkin' or Geometry Dash, because I don't really have that many fast-paced games in my game profile. So I thought Geometry Dash fits perfectly. I've played too much Friday Night Funkin', so I guess since we're playing this, we'll go and see if there's any more new Parashock levels. We already done some of these before. How do I sort by music? I guess we'll try the one I haven't tried. Yeah, I haven't tried. Alright, let's download the music and let us begin. If I lose, I'm gonna have to delete a file. Wait. Okay, well, I already lost one, so I don't know what files I'm supposed to delete. Am I supposed to go from, like, resources or something? Okay. So let's go from top to bottom. I guess I have to close it. Oh. Okay, I deleted the file. Let's see if Geometry Dash still opens. Wait, Geometry Dash is not opening. Did it already crash? Did I? I don't know the file stuff. Was that one really important? It's not opening. Thanks for watching, I guess. Dude, your video. If you die in a game, you gotta refund that game or uninstall. Alright, I'll do that for 5 games since I need to make more space on my computer.
Diamonds!
Okay, time to clean up my computer because Jesus Christ, this game, not this game, this laptop has so much games installed in it because I have to do all these random videos and random F5 stuff. So yeah, first up, Cuphead. If I die in Cuphead, well, I gotta uninstall it. Let's see how far I can go though, but I will show you guys that I am not bad at the game. Oh yeah, look at me, dude, look at me. Oh, I'm actually doing pretty well. Well, maybe because I have jump now instead of last time I couldn't even jump. Why is it lagging like this? Why is it lagging? It's as if the world wants me to uninstall this game. Why is it lagging? What the hell? Well, Not that I mind. Not that it'll affect me, that is. I do mind if it lags, geez. Not that it'll affect me, because I'm just so good at this game. Look at this, I'm speeding through this shit. Holy. I'll even take this. Whoa! Okay. Alright, buddy. That's enough. Why am I lagging so much? Holy! Why? Do you really want me to uninstall this game that badly? Is it already time for me to get a new computer? Is that what it is? I don't know. Well, let's see how far I can go. And I forgot how to use Alt. I did forget how to use Alt. I guess I don't need it. Oh, it's F. Press F. Alright. Oh shit. Remember that. It's gonna be in. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Woo! Woo! Alright. Woo! I'm okay. Okay, alright. Be observant, my friend, and you won't take any damage. Alright. Come on. He's almost down, buddy. Alright, Sans. Oh, shit. Oh, no! No! I'm okay! Fuck you, Sans. Alright, this day was inevitable. I had to update this game in order for me to delete it. Yeah, I had to update it. And guess how many gigabytes? 12 gigabytes of update, Fortnite? Really? Oh, man. This will be the last time I will ever play Fortnite. Probably. But doesn't mean I'll just go down and kill myself. I'll actually try. I will actually, kind of try. I don't know the maps, to be honest. But yeah, I will go down there, find a gun, and try my best, and try to eliminate as many people I can without building, because I don't know how to build. Yep, that's the reason why I don't like Fortnite. Not just because of the community, but because of myself not being able to build properly. I mean, Fortnite is really well made, okay? From an objective point of view, but me personally, I don't like Fortnite. It's pretty plain and simple. But to each their own. For whoever likes Fortnite, good for you. Oh, a chest! What's in here, I wonder? I don't know half of these stuff. What the hell is this? Oh, I see now. Okay. Harpoon? What? How do I use this? How do I use this? What? Should I drag someone to me or something? I don't know. Whatever. Alright, let's go look for someone. Oh. I see someone. Oh.
I'm going to paint a picture. Can you guess who it is? He's quite old. He loves lots of adventures. And he might just fit in your pocket. Yes, it's Grandpa from Grandpa in My Pocket.
On the CV Movies website, I can cook with anything. Pick one of the recipes below and we'll get started. I can stir. I can chop. You're doing great. I can pour. Oops. Be careful not to spill any over the sides. And if I want to cook some more, I can cook some of these. We did it. Just go to bbc.co.uk.
Diamond sword. A graphic sword.
Do you like fixing things? You do? Well, so do I. So I've dressed just like a builder and I'm going to fix this very creaky door. Listen to this. Well, that should work. Let's try it. Yes, we can. Wait. Okay. There's a pan here.
Thanks, it was just earned the Iron Man achievement. And well, to end out the stream, I No, that doesn't mean I'm ending the stream. I'm just ending the world. I am going to start a new series to go along with this series. I'll call the series the... I think I'll call this side series because I'll only do like twice. So yeah, this mini series will be called Creative 100 Days on an Infinity World with Kate on. The only thing that won't be on is New Day Night Cycle, Mob Spawning, Mob Griefing, and the Weather Cycle.
Of all the kings called Henry, is this... My name... I did so much way back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 10. I can count them up to 5, then count 5 again. Prime Minister.
Okay, I'll just do this.
Doesn't give a stick. A little bit of Melbourne in my life, a little bit of Peel by my side, a little bit
Oh my god. And it wasn't me. Okay, so I've actually... So, someone drained my bath. So I get a few more minutes. So I'm gonna start on a house, I think. First I'm gonna need a very flat surface on this island. And I know where there would be a flat surface. Oh, but first I need to go check what's in this chest. A map. Oh yeah, I'll take the map and the coal. And then what's in... and then how about this one? I think if there was a chest it would have been under there, but it's not, so... Oh, I'm actually nearby! So this is where the chest should be. But of course, it can vary. Now we need to be careful, which is why I'm going super duper fast. I will find that chest. Yeah, this is what they call the center. Now it's usually on the sand, so you know I will be finding this chest. Wait, why do I even need tedious. I'm being creative. I could just get whatever I want. So, time to start on my house, everyone. Well, this is already a good foundation, but nah, I can do better. Right, so we would need. Actually, you know, I'll work on a house later. First of all, we need to do something. I don't know what. Plasma. Wait, edifice. Now, of course, I'm gonna have to work my way up. No, I'm not doing the brick blocks and things. Instead, I'll just be making a house out of bricks. Yeah, that's right. I'm not building a wood house. I'm building a brick house. So, so guys, this is like the layout of the series. Wayne on inside on perfect, the house is completed.
takes 2 hours and 21 minutes.
be the very best in the world, never me. Oh. Yo guys, I'm back for the next hour. So, yeah. Guys, if you want, I have a TikTok, okay? Cheese new ways. My TikTok's for TikTok. Also, we'll be changing the game. So, my screen will go blank for a few minutes as I switch my game. But in the meantime, I'll see you on the other side. We can bang.